Welcome viewers, Dr. J.W. Ayub, the Census and Antisemitism when silence became the message. Can an institution communicate without saying a single word? Governments often insist that official forms are neutral. Critics argue they are not. Every government document reflects choices about what is made visible, what is emphasised and what is left unspoken, and the census is absolutely no exception. It does not simply record Australia, it presents Australia's understanding of itself. Critics argue that the continuing absence of Judaism as an explicitly listed religious category demonstrates how institutional messages can be conveyed through omission rather than declaration. No public statement says Judaism is less important. No policy claims Jewish Australians matter less. Yet critics contend that recognition is strongest when it is visible. One recognition disappears from the document itself. The institution begins through silence. Once recognition disappears from the document itself, the institution begins communicating through silence. Beg my pardon, viewers. This distinction lies at the centre of the controversy of the 2026 census in Australia. Jewish Australians remain able to write Judaism into the form. However, critics argue that the responsibility for visible recognition now rests with the individual instead of the institution, and that's a lack of recognition. They believe that changes carried symbolic weight, particularly during a period in which anti-Semitic incidents have reached unprecedented levels across Australia. Modern democracies rarely communicate exclusion through direct discrimination. Critics argue that institutional exclusion is more likely to emerge through decisions that appear administratively reasonable while gradually reducing the public visibility of particular communities. The concern is therefore not simply about a census category. It is about the cumulative message that repeated institutional omissions may communicate over time. The unresolved question is therefore no longer whether Judaism can still be counted. It is whether Australian institutions fully appreciate that recognition itself is a form of democratic protection. Critics argue that when recognition quietly disappears, confidence in equal citizenship begins to weaken. And in that sense, they contend that the census debate is ultimately about something much larger than statistics. It's about whether silence itself can become an institutional message.